Hi, I'm Craig Drake, co-founder and director at Labard Management. In this segment, we're going to be looking at Brexit. And when it comes to Brexit, I think it's important to separate the political and the economic factors into two separate arguments. On the political side, the view held by many now is that we will arrive at a deal before the Article 50 deadline on the 29th of March. That deadline is the agreed date for our divorce from the European Union. And looking at the kind of events in Parliament, something that we've seen time and time again from Prime Minister Theresa May is that she seems to be locked into that she had been for a long time locked into the old view of party politics, and that every time she went to the dispatch box in Parliament, she saw it as a battle between her and opposition leader Jeremy Corbyn. However, in this deal, we're seeing a very different picture. She isn't fighting against the other party. She's fighting for the best deal possible for the UK's exit from the European Union. And I think we've started to see a structural change on that and move away from inter-party bickering in favour of a more pragmatic approach. The deal that she's proposing to go back to Brussels with seems like to have more elements of something for everybody and is likely to unite parties across the board in support behind it. Moving on to the economic side of the argument, something that we have seen over the last 6 months, over the last 12 months, is that there's a certain amount of blindness towards fundamental economic data. Despite all the doom and gloom from politicians, the UK had been producing fairly robust economic data, in particular on the jobs numbers. We look at the recent job print in the UK, and the unemployment number currently stands at its lowest level in 43 years. We also have the highest amount of wage upside since the 2008 crisis. And so despite the headline gloom, for the average person on the street, things are kind of starting to look okay. However, I think it's important not to focus entirely on Brexit. And it's important, as we've seen through all the G3, G10 space, is to look at the global macro picture. The risks lie not just from Brexit, but from the effects of a global slowdown, from weakening demand from China. And let's not forget that Britain's exit from the EU is not necessarily an exit right now from a robust economy. The UK is leaving a Eurozone where we have Germany on the edge of recession, where we have political problems in France, in Italy. And so I think the important thing is to focus not on the politics, but on the economics going forward. And the more that we see the political aspects resolved, I think we're going to start to see a significant amount of sterling upside.